I am here, y'all. Forget about it. And I am just sick of this damn trial. It's only been 4 days of the Diddy trial, and I am so sick. I refuse to listen to anything that's happening today. I just, I'm just over it. This man has three charges. Is anyone gonna be from the defense that has to help? That's gonna help prove any of the charges? Like, dude, this whole trial has been about how have everyone hate this person. How do we have everyone think that this person is um, the bad guy? How can we villainize this man even more? This is what this is about. How can we do this? How can we make this man just the bad guy? Say hello to the bad guy. Remember when Tony Montana, he was just like, say hello to the bad guy over here. It's like we are being pushed in a world of crazy land where, your children can go to a public school and get that jab and they don't have to tell you. Your kids don't have to tell you. And they can also do like some like sort of like surgery where they're changing their genders without telling the parent. At least in New York State, New York City, New York State, that's all alive and very, very well. And it just disturbs me, man. It's like, are we going to face the reality that this is all about the Mann Act? The same thing that happened to R. Kelly, the Mann Act, is what they're going to be pushing on Sean Diddy Combs. And it just disturbs me because we got a man who yesterday was able to prove that a lot of those freak offs were about, they were happening where he wasn't even there. And she would call the men, pay the men, have them come over, and then film it via what's that app? Whatever app, like Zoom. If it's not Zoom, it's WhatsApp. This friend worked this man, and he told me that this woman was super violent. He told me that this woman was into physical fights, and if she thought that he was creeping in any kind of way, he told me, he's like, yo, I had to run upstairs because he was mad at this man. He was pissed off because he had ran upstairs, got the condoms off the bed, and made the bed up, make it look nice, because when she got up there, she was inspecting the room to make sure there were no other women there, because, and mind you, this is the time when she is participating in these OFs. Oh no, FOs, freak offs. And that's what she said in the text messages, that they were FOs. And she couldn't wait for the next one, and then was like videoing this thing in, and we have this woman pretending to be some sort of victim, like she couldn't just leave. Obviously she could leave because she wound up leaving with the guy who she has 3 kids with. And it's just crazy how my friend who worked for this man for 15 years was pissed off because he's moving condoms away, because he said that this man is known for having 2 or 3 women in the same hotel that didn't know anything about each other while with her. And she hated that. She hated that he would have all these women in the same hotel, in different floors, in different rooms. And my friend that worked for this man would always try to navigate them as far as making sure they got home, making sure that, and then he told me, he said, yo, she's super violent. Yo, she's known for like hooking off. And I was like, what? He never told me anything about, the FOs, but he told me that he that this man was not allowed to see other women, or at least not that she didn't know about. And I'm just speculating that part because maybe whatever it is, it's just kind of crazy land. We've moved to the absurd. There's this man is being charged with 3 charges. Those 3 charges, there's nothing that they've said that has us or will have us believe that there's any validity to these charges. But they just keep villainizing this man, turning him to just crazy person when there isn't a rock group, there isn't a rap group, there isn't. These are rock stars. These men have women lining up the hallways, and these women are freaking off with the bus boys or the front desk person just to try to make it to the floor that these men are on. It's like this is just once again the horrible and the horrific man act, because they're gonna villainize this man so bad, and when the defense is like, yo, y'all got nothing to prove, the prosecution has nothing here, but you hate the man so much that you'll just take that man act. Oh, well, he did travel across state lines. Who doesn't? What NBA player is not flying in chicks? Who's not flying in chicks from all around the world when you have that kind of money, when you have that kind of power, resources? Who's not flying these girls in? It's kind of disturbing to imagine that the jurors will not be able to figure this out, will not be able to say, wait a minute, everybody does this. It doesn't appear, because I have this theory where the federal courts do not allow any cameras whatsoever, and they're very funny about protecting the jurors. They're protecting these people so they won't allow them to see certain pictures that are too violent. They won't allow them to hear certain recordings that are too explicit. They won't allow them to hear or read the texts that are just too out there, because they're here to protect the jurors from going to come into court to do their civic duty, and in the process of their civic duty, they shouldn't have their point of view of what is it, the point of view, or they shouldn't be swayed in any kind of way to like the change. They shouldn't change how they feel about humanity, so to speak, or their interpretation of what life is and what it should be. So they try to guard that, so much so that they leave out so much evidence to help a person. And it's kind of sad that you have this woman who seems to be a co-conspirator in any kind of man act that's happening. She called these people. And just the idea that a person could be living in New York and then just drive to Jersey 15 minutes away and be charged with the Mann Act because they crossed state lines in a federal way. Kind of sad. It really is disturbing. This is, this was done because they wanted to get rid of this boxer. It was a famous boxer back in 1911 or 1908, 1909, 1910. So by 1911, they were so sick of this man with all of his, how basically he just didn't give a F. He didn't give a F about what anyone had to say, and he was really into the pink toes. So he even married the pink toe, and they were able to pass these laws so that they can get this man. And the Mann Act, you would think it's a good, because it's a way to control a lot of those, a lot of those S rings, a lot of those, you know, those WHO houses and their managers and their management. You know, 50 Cent had a famous song called, PIMP. And you would think it's to get rid of those people, but it's really not. It's to get rid of whoever they want to get rid of, but they're not using it on senators or anything like that. They're not using it on congressmen. They're not using it on governors who are easily can be accused of the same thing. They even so far as to have said that they're going to, what are they going to do? They're going to allow where no money has to be exchanged, because the boxer they were after, Jack Johnson, I believe, they wanted to say, whoa, 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 he's married to the chick. So they said, all right, well, put down that even if you're married, you're not allowed, even if you're married, or even if you don't exchange cash. So they're gonna say, oh, yo, he's married to her, so he didn't give her money for S. He didn't give her money for S. She always gave her money. She always had money in her account. Had nothing to do with that. They're married. So they said, okay, so it doesn't even have to be money exchanges. Just the fact that you went over there, it's so vague and so broad. It's so broad that if you're a juror, you will be inclined to convict on the Mann Act, because they made this person look like such a horrible person. There's no way I'm gonna let this person walk. So they're just leading up to this. And then they let off with this witness. I guess they didn't want the pregnant witness to not be on the stand pregnant, so they wanted to have that person pregnant on the stand to have that full look of this person who's like gonna be a mother whose life was ruined. Like, can you stop it, please? It's so Matrix and what's the other word I'm looking for? Not only is it Matrix, it's so like script. It's like we're reading from a script and we know this story. We know how this ends. This man wasn't doing anything with this woman that she didn't allow to happen. Okay, was there abuse? There was abuse. From what I was told, it was more abuse coming from her side, because they talked about it. They talked about how she punched him in the face and that she saw his eyes go black, and he just attacked her where she couldn't leave the house for 2 weeks because she probably had a black eye. And it took 2 weeks for the eye jamming to go down. Then they were talking about the bloodshot eyes. Those bloodshot broken vessels of the eyes usually happen when a person blows their nose after being hit, or they're screaming or coughing so loud. So it's a number of things that could have had her eyes bloodshot. And I'm not saying that he didn't stomp her ass out or push her against a wall. This woman was giving it as much as she could take it. This woman was very abusive. And it's super sad that we are here in this day and age picking and choosing who gets to go to prison, where our friend Epstein, all his victims, they get no justice. No justice whatsoever. It's very, very, very horrible. And I would like to see something happen where these guys have the right of way. No, this is my right of way. All right, good. Yeah, I would like to see something happen like this man get released. Let's free Diddy. Let's free Diddy. Yes, he's done some horrible things, but I think the good outweighs the bad. And I think that our icons need to be protected to some degree. Because it's just open season with this Mann Act. They're going to villainize you in the public, and then they're going to slip in the Mann Act. And then because the laws are so broad, you're gonna convict. And I just, if you're throwing down on a Zoom, then you don't need to. If you're throwing down on a Zoom, then you shouldn't be charged with anything. You heard? You shouldn't be charged with anything. If you are watching a person through Zoom, they're not suffering from Patty Hearst syndrome. No. Let's not play that game. They're not suffering from Patty Hearst syndrome. Let me see who's here. What's happening, brother man? Hey, you, Steve Ladner. What's up, dude? Rubina Pacoli. Yo, hello. Angel 19. How are you? Oh, Cappers. What's up, dude? And then we have Ron, the After Ego. Ooh, free Diddy. Take Cassie. Take that. It's so sad, man. It's super sad. It's super sad. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second here. Let me turn off the mic for a minute.